Hello Scorpio and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. This is your monthly reading for December as we wind down to the year. Let's see what is coming in for you. And we are in Sagittarius season. We are moving into Capricorn season. There are blessings coming with Capricorn season this year, which is going to be really supportive energy for you. So once we hit that season, expect some of the seeds from your new moon to activate. I'm getting with this Three of Crystals, the Three of Pentacles, collaboration and productivity, this sense of time is ticking. So Sagittarius season is about connecting with people, finding partnerships, finding collaborations, and it needs to be heart-centered, people that listen to your heart. If your heart's saying, yes, this is the right thing for me, then that's what this little bee is saying. Put in the time with that. When we get to Capricorn season, the blessings are going to start coming through. So I feel like there's a busyness that's coming in for the first 3 weeks of December. You're going to be flitting around, busying around, maybe very sociable, or maybe looking at with this hive mentality. They're just showing me a lot of people around, working out where you're going to fit in or how you're fitting into a space. And it may be that you're really acutely aware of the people around you that could be considered to be, if I can get the right word out, considered to be either your community, your people, or family. And, that means different things for different people. Not all of us have a great relationship with our families or communities. And so I do feel like it's a little bit of getting out and about there, busy. There are people out there that can help you. And so this Three of Pentacles, collaboration, productivity, you will get more done in December if you get other people to come alongside you, other people on board, other people to help you with what it is that you're trying to achieve here. So it feels busy and it feels like, but you're getting stuff done. That's the thing. You're potentially setting yourself up for some financial stability or prosperity in 2026. So no rest for you guys at the moment with Busy Bee in there. But let's see what's shifting and changing for you. We have Uranus, the planet of everything new and change and instability in your opposite sign, Taurus. It's gone back in there for a couple of months, so it's probably shaking things up. What's shifting and changing? Wand for Jupiter, Aries. Interesting. So the thing is, there's a lot of moving landscape here happening in December. There's a lot of moving parts. And whatever it is, you're building some really solid foundations. This is the month to build solid foundations for the financial position that you want to see build and grow, or you want to see yourself in for 2026, or whether it's to do with a career, a business, or a living situation. It's something in the material realm as well that's coming through. But now's the time to start initiating a vision, start seeing a bigger future for you, or start initiating the foundations of the plan. What is it that you want? It may not necessarily be that it's ready to fully move forward yet, but you're in this kind of preparation and planning phase. So being really, really busy with that seems to be really important. Let's see what else is coming through for Scorpio. So this Jupiter energy is actually, it is bringing you blessings and expansion on the material realm. And the Aries energy is like, it's time to activate the Five of Wands. So you're being challenged to grow in December. You are actually testing out new things. It might feel like a bit of a test and a challenge, but it definitely feels like you are being challenged to grow. And the only thing stopping you here is your mind, what you're perceiving to be possible, and perhaps judgments of self or judgment of others can be coming through here. But it feels like this is a really wonderful time. The work that you put in December could really set yourself up for 2026. It could really pay off in 2026. And the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands, look at all these wands coming in. So I think, yes, a lot of activity going on for you, the King of Wands. Okay. So fire and now the Emperor, like more Aries type energy. So if you have any Aries in your chart, or you're cross-watching for an Aries, this Aries type energy is like the fire starter. It's initiatory, and it seems to be really important coming in. Again, Knight of Wands. So this is a month for taking action. And like I said, it's about manifestation, taking action, and feeling spurred on by some kind of divine message or vision that's coming through for you. So it's time to make these active changes, even though, like I said, it feels like this is getting the wheels in motion. It may not necessarily be it's preparing for something bigger coming through. So, Scorpio, I just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you the fuller picture, more holistic view of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Scorpio. Just take what feels right, leave the rest. Don't take on anything that doesn't resonate for you. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that will be in the description box below. So the situation is this Five of Wands. There's a challenge here. You are being challenged. I think we all are in December, but you've definitely got the challenge here for growth, trying out new things, testing out new things, trying new partnerships, learning new skills. Those sort of things can come through with this. Maybe a challenge to do things, take action in a different way, or do things differently. Crossed by the King of Swords, which feels like you. This feels like your mind. This feels like, but I usually believe this, and I usually think I can do this, and that is being challenged. So I feel like let go of expectations and belief systems, because that's being challenged, and it's about thinking outside the square or doing something slightly differently to what you believe is right for you, or is something that you normally wouldn't be saying yes to, or you wouldn't plan for. This is not the time, even though there are plans, expect the plans to pan out in a different way to what you think they should, or how you think they should. So I want to say, like, have a very open mind, because at the base we have the Eight of Swords, which is where you're blindfolded, you're bound. The mind is very, like, if you're feeling frustrated, you're out of alignment. That's what the Eight of Swords is. If you're feeling trapped, frustrated, that there's no solutions, then you're out of alignment with what is possible, because your mind actually does have the solution here. It's the courage. There's a lot of courage here, a lot of activation and courage that's coming through for you in December. The courage to find the solutions, because your mind has the power to find these solutions, to break free of any kind of limitation. So you have this extraordinarily powerful, I want to say weapon. I never use that word, but because we've got a lot of Aries type energy with the Emperor, the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands is the Jupiter Aries. You know, Aries is very much like God of war kind of thing, Mars-like energy. And in many ways, it's kind of compatible with you, because you've got Mars as your ruling sign as well, but it's a different kind of, it's like charging in, Hercules charging into battle rather than the strategic ninja-like Mars of Scorpio. So it's almost like you have to rethink something, rethink a strategy and a plan. Like normally I'd go in with my little strategic ninja mind, but now they're saying, no, it's trust your instinct here. You might have to think on your feet, go and initiate things in the moment. You might meet someone and suddenly it's like, oh, I have to go back and I just have to say this thing. I just have to bring this up. I didn't say what I needed to say. I'll just get this message. I need to do something, say something. If something's left unfulfilled or unsaid, it's like the universe will give you these really strong nudges here. So this Eight of Swords is saying you're learning the power of your mind and how powerful your mind is, but also how it can keep you trapped in old belief systems. So we have in your conscious mind judgment, which is interesting because that was one of the energies. I don't usually read this card literally, but I am getting literally let go of judgment, let go of expectations. The messages, the divine messages are coming down from you. This is Gabriel giving you messages from the divine. The Archangel Michael is sending you messages to your conscious mind that some things in your life need to be let go of, need to pass over. There are things that are no longer serving you anymore. There's a sense of if that's not aligned to who you are as a soul and the soul direction that you are going in, it's just going to unravel. It's going to it needs to kind of move through and away and out, up and out of your life in some way. And so you're getting this very strong divine directives. Even having the the Eight of Wands in the past is a very strong directive, a very strong focus. And it may be that you were really focused in the past and you thought you knew where you were going, and suddenly in comes Gabriel, this divine message that says, not that way, this way. And it's letting go of and shedding layers of identity and even ego, parts of us that are no longer ready to go on this soul journey with us, because I feel like this energy of soul integration, a frequency shift that's coming through for you, Scorpio, that you're going to need this time. Like there's a shift of vibration and frequency where you might find yourself on a totally different timeline here. And this is why in the near future you've got this Four of Swords. You're going to need some time processing and integrating mentally. So any kind of mental reset, time away to think, time away to just dream, sleep, lie down, rest, mentally integrate the divine messages that are coming your way, because it's shifting everything. It's shifting like to the core, shifting to the soul energy, and shaking loose anything that's not ready to go on, that's not compatible with the new frequency and the new timeline. So, and you're turning up as the Three of Wands. This is the young Emperor in this particular deck, the Three of Wands. So the young Emperor stands on the horizon looking out to the ships coming in. You're ready for expansion. You're ready for, this is soul and spirit expansion, creative expansion with the Three of Wands. Things are flowing in and towards you. Things are also flowing out. And it's about creating space for that flow as you receive these messages from your soul and spirit that it's time to expand. And the Three of Wands, the young Emperor, is ambitious. And it's like, it's the three. It's not necessarily the Emperor yet, but we get to the Emperor as the outcome. So it might be really important to have like a vision of, be really aware of what are the ambitions of the young Emperor, because we're going to meet the Emperor in the outcome. Energy surrounding you is the Four of Wands again. So we've got double Four of Wands. And this Four of Wands energy is happy home, happy heart. Who's around you that's going to help you with where your living situation, what makes you happy within your living situation, what supportive energies are around in terms of that. And it feels like, again, it's this energy of foundations, building the very strong foundations about what you want in your life at this moment in time. And that's to do with everything, like relationships, living situations, financial foundations with the Four of Wands. This is saying, what is it that you really want? So there could be a lot of stuff coming in around home, houses, investments in real estate, moving, things like that can come through with the Four of Wands. And so, I definitely feel like there's this sense of looking at the foundations of what's happening around you. Hopes and fears, we have the King of Wands. Well, if you want the King of Wands, you're getting the Emperor. So this is going to be better than what you thought it was going to be. And that's why the universe is saying, don't get stuck in your original plan or your original mind. There's some kind of limitation there. And even though you're dreaming of the King of Wands, you're getting the Emperor. And that's like even kind of like better, elevated status. So it's almost like this Three of Wands. Here's the young Emperor dreaming, but the dreams are being limited and only thinking about the King of Wands. And let's release the dream. Let's release whatever ambition is going on inside that Three of Wands mind, so that you have the outcome. The Emperor, the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Wow. Boom. Okay. So the Knight of Fire is doing the Emperor's bidding here. And so who is the Emperor? I feel like the Emperor is you. It's about stepping into your power, stepping into your authority, taking control, being the fire starter. And it's interesting with this Six of Cups next to the Emperor, because it's like, we add a little dash of the water of Scorpio in with the fire. Don't want too much fire, and water will boil. It's just like we want to make it the right temperature. So too much fire might get a little bit too hot for you, Scorpio, being a deep water sign. So you're like, well, I'm just going to throw a little bit of water in there just to make the temperature feel a little bit better for me as I'm moving forward, so it's not too hot. And the Six of Cups is like emotional balance. Like the Emperor, even though there's a lot of passion here, there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of taking action and feeling like the authority, it's with emotional balance and harmony. It's not the hot-headedness solely of Aries. We're throwing a bit of beautiful strategic Scorpio in there, emotional balance before you take action. So you are moving into a very powerful position at the end of the year where you are readying to take action on a plan that maybe you didn't see at the beginning of the month, but it formulates in a different way because it's more soul aligned. By the end of the month, there's a little bit of a soul shake up, divine intervention type energy that comes through with this, with these messages from the divine saying, clearing you out almost on a soul level. And then you end 2025 ready for 2026, ready to spring into action with the Emperor, the Six of Cups and the Knight of Wands, ready to make a positive change in your life. And it feels like this positive change feels so much more aligned to who you are and the frequency shift and the new timeline. Here's the Emperor jumping into the new timeline. And it's like, don't limit yourself. Think big here, or think what is it that you really want. So we have as the overall energy, the Magician. I love this. This is the master manifester, the creator, channeling in and downloading the energy from the divine and bringing it down to earth. The infinity symbol is above the Magician's mind, opening you up to all possibilities. The mind is no longer feeling trapped by this Eight of Swords. You've freed yourself by connecting into the divine, opening your crown chakra and receiving those messages. And now you're in this position to be a co-creator with the divine, not just a creator of something you thought you wanted. It's like, now I see that there is another energy that I can co-create with. It feels so much bigger and better, and it feels like something I can hold in my capacity, which feels amazing. So let's pull an affirmation card for you, Scorpio, because I feel like whilst this is stirring a lot of stuff up, it is this energy of being able to have the capacity to hold all of this. And that's what the energy is, why you're being shaken up a little bit with it. So let's pull an affirmation card for Scorpio moving through this. And we have, I forgive myself. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I am free to love myself. Freedom is really important with this, free to love yourself, beautiful. And it sort of brings us back to the heart chakra, or the heart, which we hadn't really spoken about, because there's a lot about just you opening up to the higher consciousness here and the divine energy. But the heart is the portal to that. So it's going to be really important for you to be working on that energy as well. So let's pull a charm, final charm for 2025, Scorpio. Let's see, final charm. We have, I've got to get it up the right way. Oh, the hand. Okay. The hand of protection. Interesting. So, okay. You know, I've got my little black tourmaline on, my black tourmaline bracelet. I've got my black tourmalines here. They're very strong protection energies. And I feel like this is actually saying hold strong boundaries around you, Scorpio. Because there's so much fire, you don't want the fire being put out by somebody dampening and going, oh, that's a silly idea. Why do you think you could have that? You don't want that. So I feel like there's a couple of things here, as we've got the angels around you protecting you as well, with these, knowing that they would not give you some kind of divine directive and show you the timeline shift you're going on if you weren't being protected. That's one thing coming through with it, but also just to be really aware of your own personal boundary protections. That's what I'm getting with that card. With that charm. So that's your reading, Scorpio. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to see what is happening in 2026, moving into the future. What is the action that's being taken with the Emperor's ready to take action? And so what are the next steps here? It's very calm, calculated, but in your power, ready to make a positive change. So what are the next steps moving into 2026? We're going to have a look at that. We're going to go up to the higher realms, because I get this sense that there's a lot of energy in the higher realms realms wanting to come down and connect with you. So what's going on up in those higher realms, we'll get the reason why this is happening and ask a little bit more about that. We're going to get some soul messages for you. We're going to tune into what's happening for you energetically, like what's happening with this energy and frequency shift and what can you do to make it easier or better, or what to expect with it. We're going to tune into Archangel Michael and receive some messages from him, as well as look at what's transforming in your life. So all of that is in the extended reading. Love it if you come over, Scorpio. The link is in the description box below. And happy holiday season. I wanted to thank you all so much for being such beautiful members of this community, for supporting my work, for sharing your beautiful energy with my readings. And I truly love my Scorpios so much. And I just wanted to thank you. So happy holiday season. And please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments, Scorpio, and take care.